my YouTube channel, Dawn of a New Day 365. I am the creator and founder, Dawn Charleston Green, and today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you. But I also have a blog that I give out great information about just life circumstance, the good, bad, and the ugly. But if you would like more of that or some of my recipes from this Louisiana girl, then please subscribe to my channel so that you will be the first to receive new content. Thanks. All right, so for this recipe, you're going to need chicken breast. I'm using breast for this particular recipe. However, I prefer to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs just because they're more tender, but I thought I had some and I didn't have any today. But these are just lightly seasoned already with some nature's seasoning. This is my preferred seasoning when I'm doing certain casseroles that may require other seasoning. It's not too much, but it still doesn't leave it with a bland flavor. So for this, you will need your Pyrex dish, you will need your chicken, you will need a can of cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, nature's seasoning. You're going to use a half a stick of butter. I am for this recipe using coconut milk, but you can use whatever milk you prefer. I am somewhat on a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet, so I try not to eat so much meat, but I still have to prepare for my family, and so I just try to use healthier choices. So breadcrumbs and then pepper jack cheese, as this is a pepper jack chicken recipe. So stay tuned and you'll get more. This recipe is very, very simple. It doesn't take long at all. It's not a whole lot of steps, but just kind of a tip that I give for the kitchen. I have my trash bowl right here. I always have my trash bowl. I actually get this from Rachel Ray. She has an actual trash bowl that she sells. I just have a plastic bowl that I have a Walmart bag in for easy throwaway. But always just having you a trash bowl so that you can easily dispose of anything and you don't have to run back and forth from the trash can over to where you're preparing. Just have your trash bowl that you can put anything that you need in, and then once you finish, you just take it, you wrap it up, and you throw it in the trash, and it's just a one easy move. So that's my tip to you. All right, so our first step to adding to our chicken, we're actually going to use our pepper jack cheese, and all we're doing is just doing a layer and putting it on top of our chicken breast. And so it's very simple. It's not a whole lot to it. And so here we go, and they're individually already sliced, and so we're just going to put our pepper jack cheese across the top of our chicken. We're just going to layer it just like that. So we already have our cheese layered on top of our chicken, and because I actually like it to have a spicier taste to it, I'm going to actually add, and I do this for most things that I want to just add just a little kick to. This pepper is not as spicy as like your jalapeno or some others. Your pepperoncini peppers, I always share that this is a pepper that you might see sometimes when you order a pizza and there'll be a pepper right on top, but you can buy it at Walmart. They have different brands, but this is your pepperoncini pepper, and I just actually add a little to my meat. So what I'll do is I'll actually take some of this cheese off and just add maybe 3 peppers just to it, just so it'll give it just a little bit more flavor and a little bit more kick. Okay, next what we're going to do is we are going to take our can of cream of chicken, and I guess you could use cream of mushroom, because honestly I've substituted mushroom and chicken before, just kind of depending on what it is and depending on what I had. And so we're just going to empty all of the content into a bowl, and what we're going to do is we're going to add about a quarter of a cup, a fourth of a cup, or third of a cup of milk to it. And again, like I said, you can use whole milk, low-fat milk, or 2%, which is what I used to use. But now I just try to use a coconut milk because it's a little thicker than an almond milk. I found that when I cook, and those who are vegetarians or anything may disagree with me, but I really haven't found a milk that necessarily fits in as well when I am doing my cooking. So if you have a suggestion, just let me know. But I'm going to add a fourth to a third of a cup of coconut milk to this and mix it together. So let's do that. So I've mixed the coconut milk and the cream of mushroom, I keep saying cream of mushroom, cream of chicken together. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna pour it on top of that, directly on top of that pepper jack layer that we have. So just pouring that on here, and then I'll just smooth it out. Good. And I use a spatula. I use a spatula for these, a small spatula, just so I can know that I am using everything that I have, because I ain't trying to throw nothing away and give nothing to nobody other than what's the goodness behind this meal. And so we're just going to spread that out over the entire layer of the pepper jack. And these particular chicken breasts were not necessarily even cut, so that's why you see it's like a mountain layer here, where most of the time there would be the same layer cut. This particular one wasn't, for whatever reason, but we just want to spread that out just like that across this. And what's going to end up happening as it cooks, it creates its own gravy. So you can put this over rice, you can put this over mashed potatoes. Today I'm going to have it over cauliflower rice, just because, again, this whole vegetarian journey is new for me. So I still every now and then will have some meat, and so when I do, I just try to make other choices that are a little bit better for me. So okay, so that's that layer on there. All right, next I'm just going to lay it with some breadcrumbs. Now, some recipes, if you've ever seen this before, may call for stovetop stuffing. I don't necessarily like my breadcrumbs that thick, so I prefer them kind of with a crushed texture to them. So I just go ahead and buy the Italian style breadcrumbs that you would kind of put in a meatloaf or something like that. So, but it's your preference, what you like. But I just put breadcrumbs just over the top of it, just lightly, right here. And then once you have your breadcrumbs like you like them, and yes, my hands are clean, you are going to take about a half a stick of melted butter and just put it over the top of your breadcrumbs. Just kind of make sure, just kind of get over there so that it can give your breadcrumbs, make sure that they cook in, that it doesn't dry it out. And all we are going to do to this, and it doesn't have to be in a perfect way, the only thing we're going to do to this is we are going to put it in a preheat oven, already preheat at 350 degrees. So I'm going to put it for 350 degrees. I have seen some people say to put it in for 45 minutes. I am not sure that my chicken is done at that point, so I cook mine for an hour. And so I'm going to go ahead and just set my time here to an hour, and we will be back to check on it in just a bit. And I'll plate it up and I'll let y'all know what it looks like, and I'll hopefully be able to let you know what it tastes like. And if you can see here, it is piping hot. You can see it bubbling, and you can notice that those peppers have come to the top, those pepperoncini peppers I was telling you about. And so you can just see that it has created its own gravy, and it's going to be delicious. This is just cauliflower rice. And then we have our pepper jack chicken. Doesn't that look delicious? And there's that gravy right there over it. Now you can't tell me that cauliflower rice don't look like regular rice. Just the feeling that we need. Okay? And since it's at my house, I'm gonna use the same spoon and fix my greens. Just a little bit. And there we have it. It's plated, and it looks delicious. Thank you so much for dropping by Dawn of a New Day 365 YouTube channel and checking out my pepper jack chicken recipe. For more content like these recipes, as well as information from my vlog, be sure to like this and as well as subscribe to my channel by clicking on that bell, okay? And if you tried anything that I've offered, why don't you send me a comment? I would love to hear from you. Take care.